Hi, my name is Evan Banks, and I'm here to talk about the conditions of our troops and soldiers in war. So think about the number 500,000. That's a big number, right? Well, that number is the number of how many people died in the conflicts in Iraq from just 2003 to 2014. Now, how many people knew that? Probably no one, right? I wouldn't expect people to go home on their iPhones and computers looking up facts about war, but I think every person should know at least a little bit about the severe conditions and how they can make a difference. The conditions of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan are unbelievable. Even with the most advanced military training and the most advanced combat medicine in the world, many of our soldiers are still coming home injured or not coming home at all. I believe everyone should be able to make a difference in soldiers' lives by making donations to foundations helping soldiers, or just to have the knowledge of what their experience is and what they go through. When we think of soldiers, we think of fearless fighters willing to do anything for our country. They can do anything and we don't have to worry about it. They are fearless and ready to fight. If this were the case, then why is nearly one soldier committing suicide per day? Yes, this year averaging one U.S. soldier commits suicide per day. Now, why is this happening? This is because of the injuries to soldiers and veterans that we can't see. Right now, over $2 billion per year are being spent on treatment for veterans that have received a mental disorder or disease from the war. One of these disorders, which is the most common, is PTSD. PTSD stands for post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's probably one of the better known things about war since 1 in every 5 soldiers receives it. Someone can get post-traumatic stress disorder when experiencing a traumatic event. Soldiers in the military are at an extra risk of developing this disease from combat, killing a person, watching someone die, or being in a gunfight. PTSD has very bad effects, such as being anxious, depressed, having vivid flashbacks or nightmares, feeling paranoid and cut off, or having a hard time getting along and communicating. Soldiers' relationships are often crushed after returning home from combat. 1 out of every 8 service members attacks or kills someone when he returns home. Communication is also very hard, as the veteran feel that no one can understand what they have gone through. This leads to anger and also often violent outbreaks. Now, in the U.S., veterans are taking up to 20% of the suicides in the United States. If conditions don't improve, many of our soldiers will continue to fall to this illness and lead to more deaths that we can prevent. After taking in these terrible conditions and what veterans go through, many people are probably thinking, what can I do to help? There are many things that civilians can do to help veterans and active soldiers. Programs like Soldier's Best Friend, where you can donate to the foundation and it will help soldiers reconnect to their lives at home. Many of these foundations, such as Adopt a Soldier, you don't need money to do. This website lets you pick a soldier and talk to them while they're in war, so they don't forget about your home. So from this war and all future wars, there will always be injuries and deaths. This is why we need to take more time to help our veterans and soldiers in combat. I believe more of our budget should be put into helping veterans. More needs to be done to identify such diseases like PTSD in returning soldiers. With this, we can stop violence by caring to the veterans before anything serious happens. Current programs offer healthcare benefits, insurance benefits, and other such things to veterans with disabilities, but those are more related towards physical injuries. I think more of the population needs to learn about the soldiers' conditions and how it affects them so we can help them come home safe and stay safe. They have fought for our freedom, and now we need to fight for theirs.